Hi, this is James from the XRP Headline Channel. Today, I'll share insights from a chart analyst who reveals the real driver behind XRP's current price movements as we continue to trade sideways. If history is any guide, we won't stay in this range much longer. We're in the final stages of this bull run, and the best part is still ahead. That's when the real magic happens.
I've been trading crypto successfully for over 380 days, consistently closing every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $29,000 in profits by copying my trades. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in the profile description and start copying my trades for free today.
It's been exciting to watch XRP's progress over the past few months, but stagnation isn't in the cards for long. Plus, I'll be talking about a coin that seems to be mirroring XRP's price action, which raises some interesting points I'll dive into. Lastly, there's an article I want to highlight today. I've got some thoughts to share on it. Stay tuned. Headline: XRP transactions drop 70% amid volatile price swings. 70% of XRP transactions have disappeared. Sounds alarming, right? Not necessarily. Before we dive into the details, let me make something clear. I'm not a financial expert. This isn't financial advice, and you shouldn't make any buying or selling decisions based on what I say or write. I'm just a crypto enthusiast who enjoys creating videos on crypto topics as a fun hobby. As I record this, it's 2:51 a.m. Central Time on Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. XRP is priced at $2.50, while Bitcoin has seen a slight bump, now at $98,219. Things have been pretty quiet over the past week, but let's break down what's really going on. When it comes to price action, most coins, including XRP, are moving sideways. However, this won't last forever. We're in the exciting phase of the bull run, or at least right on the verge of it. Take a look at this post from chart analyst Crypto Michael, which I've referenced on the channel before. Back on July 16th last year, Crypto Michael made an incredibly accurate call predicting XRP's breakout. Credit where it's due, he absolutely nailed it. He was one of many analysts I follow who were closely watching the market, and he got this one spot on. As for the analysts who said it wouldn't happen, well, they've been proven wrong and are left eating their words. Most people honestly seem to have XRP arrangement syndrome. But here's part of what was written: XRP historic breakout incoming. In all my years of trading crypto, I've never seen a 7-year-long bull pennant like this. You can see the symmetrical triangle and how far it had progressed. Before reaching the apex, a movement is inevitable. Since we're in a bull market, I emphasized that the most likely outcome by far would be a breakout to the upside. And while I'm not a chart analyst, understanding something this straightforward doesn't require expert skills. Now, here's a recent post from Crypto Michael. He shared an update and noted that XRP is still up 5 times since his call, even as most other coins have dropped. Trades like these are rare, but there are more coming this year, and I'll spot them before anyone else. My yellow lines have the power to change lives, and they're the only thing I trust in this market. When it comes to consolidation, no coin in the crypto space has done it longer than XRP. Well, there's one exception: Stellar Lumens. It's easy to spot because it mirrors XRP's price action. Even during XRP-specific events, like the SEC court case, XLM followed along, moving up without any news of its own. It's fascinating how, time and time again, Stellar Lumens is treated just like XRP. Have there been other coins that consolidated as long as this one, or even longer? Whenever this question came up, I'd often say that I wasn't aware of any. In fact, I've told people many times, if you know of any, please let me know because I genuinely like to learn about them. Well, a few days ago, I finally came across one, thanks to chart analyst Peppa. For the record, Peppa is also an analyst who accurately predicted that XRP would break to the upside. Here's a post he shared on February 6th, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I find it fascinating because he believes the cryptocurrency Nano is mirroring XRP's price action. You remember what happened with XRP back in November, right? He's suggesting the same thing might happen with Nano, and he's pretty excited about it. He wrote, "Holy S, is Nano following XRP? It looks like Nano, ticker symbol XNO, is doing exactly what XRP did, just a bit behind. A massive breakout with a 2,400% gain could leave many investors on the sidelines. At some point, it will break out. If this happens, alt season is..." Then he wrote, "INC, though it's unclear what that means." He's got his eye on Nano, thinking it might follow a similar path to XRP. What's interesting in this is that Nano brings back memories. I honestly hadn't thought about it in years. Back in late 2017, it was a big deal. I remember when it skyrocketed from around 10 to 12 cents to $36 in just a few weeks. But after that, it crashed and has never reached a new all-time high since. It's fascinating that Nano is still around today, and while its community is much smaller than XRP's, there are still some die-hard supporters who firmly believe in it. I can see why people are interested. Nano transactions are literally free. There's no cost to use the network. Plus, 100% of the coin is already fully distributed, meaning everything is already in circulation. It's pretty fascinating. When I came across this, I decided to buy some, not a huge investment or anything, but I thought, why not? Honestly, I thought I was done buying crypto. My portfolio is packed, overflowing, really. But when I realized Nano has been consolidating as long as XRP and I hadn't looked into it, I couldn't ignore it. Now I'm wondering if there are other hidden gems like this out there. If anyone knows of more coins like this, please let me know. I'd be genuinely curious to hear about them. That said, I'm not suggesting you follow my lead or make any decisions based on what I've done. I happen to buy some, but that doesn't mean it's the right move for everyone. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. I just decided to take a chance. This particular coin has been around for a while, and I'm convinced we're heading into a full-blown alt season. We'll see how it plays out. For me, it doesn't even need to hit a new all-time high to make this worthwhile. Take a look at the price. Several days ago, when that post was made, XNO was about $1. Now, it's sitting at $1.61. I picked it up for about $1, maybe 99 cents, but earlier it shot up to $1.86 before dropping back to $1.61. I'm not sure if it's starting to break out or not, but it's interesting to watch. There's an analyst who was spot on about XRP, and maybe they're right about this one too. Just wanted to share in case you find it intriguing whether you already own it or are considering buying. Not financial advice. I honestly have no idea if it's a good move. I just like having some exposure, and it caught my attention. I've been searching for something like this, something that hasn't yet broken out. So I decided to buy some. Honestly, I'm not sure if it was the right move. Maybe I'll never get my money back, or maybe I will. Time will tell. But it's fascinating, isn't it? There just aren't many coins in a similar situation, especially since most coins are much newer. I found it really interesting. That said, if you know of any other coins that have consolidated for as long as XRP, I'd love to hear about them. There must be some others out there. Just because I'm unaware of them doesn't mean they don't exist. Over the past year, we've discussed this quite a bit, and I started wondering, what coins have consolidated for this long? I wasn't aware of this before, so I thought I'd share. Let's see what happens next. I still firmly believe the best is yet to come, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it moves higher. It looks like this coin was created in 2017. The chart dates back to September 2017. It's still around, and with Dino coins running, it's worth paying attention. People often use the term Dino coins like XRP as an insult. They'll say these older coins won't run, but that logic never made sense to me. And they've been proven wrong. XRP had a strong run. Yet somehow, they don't think this applies to Bitcoin, the oldest and biggest Dino coin of all. It's a completely flawed argument. For context, last cycle, XNO reached highs of around $9 to $10. Let's see where it goes from here. I'm not sure if this cycle will outperform the last one, but I'm taking a chance. Rolling the dice. Here's a post from chart analyst Mustache. #altcoins. Total 3 is holding up surprisingly well, and those triple bottom vibes are still in play. It's one of the most bullish patterns out there. In my opinion, good days are ahead. I don't see this cycle being any different. I've been saying it, and I'll keep saying it. The most likely scenario is another major surge to the upside. That will mark the peak of this market cycle, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I'm confident in this outlook because, while nothing is certain, history tends to follow familiar patterns. I don't believe this time will be any different. Chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto recently shared a post about the altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, predicting the final phase of the rally is on its way. He's been consistent in expecting a blow-off top to the upside, and this sentiment aligns with what I'm hearing from other analysts I follow. While no one is perfect, these analysts have strong track records, and nearly all of them agree that we're likely to see some big moves before this cycle concludes. Honestly, I can't think of anyone who disagrees with this perspective right now. it's pretty clear now. Charting Guy's latest post shows Bitcoin dominance looking very weak, its worst since November 3rd. This could be the perfect setup for the next altcoin rally. Right at the time frame I've been anticipating. Now isn't the time to bet against alts or favor Bitcoin dominance. That's just one of the metrics to consider. When it finally drops, you know what typically follows: alt season. To think it won't happen just doesn't make sense to me. Here's a recent post from Charting Guy at 6:21 p.m. mentioning that XRP bounced as expected. He's optimistic about the potential for follow-through this week. Charting Guy has been consistent in his predictions, calling this breakout and maintaining his belief that XRP is heading toward major price action and full-scale price discovery. His perspective remains unchanged. Chart analyst Dom's XRP price update. Last week, I mentioned that XRP needed time to stabilize in this value area, and that's exactly what's happened. The orange line highlights the highest traded volume level since the election, showing XRP is currently sitting right in the middle of the value range. What happens next largely depends on Bitcoin, which just printed 4 daily doji candles in a row, a clear sign of market indecision. In my view, there's no clear direction yet. If XRP breaks above $2.50, we could see a move toward $2.70. If it drops below $2.30, it might test the $2 range. For now, I'm staying on the sidelines and avoiding trades in the middle of the value area, only looking to act at the extremes. To clarify, the current range we're seeing was anticipated by many, including Dom. It's not unusual, not negative, and definitely not like the endless stagnation of a bear market. We're in a bull run, and in the later stages, things tend to move quickly. So even if this period feels uneventful, it won't last long. Historical precedent suggests we won't be here much longer. He also shared this update last night. XRP order flow analysis. Spot markets on Coinbase, Bitstamp, and Bitfinex have shown consistent buying pressure since the $1.76 lows. Meanwhile, Binance has remained relatively neutral. As I've highlighted before, Binance Spot is the key driver of XRP price movements. Although prices have remained flat, we're still seeing consistent market buying across multiple venues. I want to point out that Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume, plays a significant role here. The current price range isn't surprising, but it's unlikely to stay this way for long. XRP isn't finished. Far from it. The idea that XRP would consolidate for nearly 7 years, break out just to touch its all-time high, and then stagnate doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. There's much more excitement ahead for crypto markets. Crypto Tony shares this sentiment. Here's his XRP/USD update. The plan of action for XRP remains in motion. Patience is key. Now is a great time to practice if you need to. In the short term, there's still optimism that XRP could rise above $4, and some experts have consistently predicted it could surpass $10. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they're right. On the flip side, there's some negativity circulating today. A recent article claims XRP has lost 70% in transactions due to erratic price movements. It reports a sharp drop in activity, with metrics showing a decrease of around 70% from recent highs. This suggests traders and investors may be leaving the network, which isn't ideal given the current market uncertainty. That's the update for now. Let's stay level-headed and see how things unfold. Here's the XRP price chart showing the last 30 days of price action. The shaded areas below the blue price line represent volume. Notice the spike on February 3rd? That's when crypto markets, including XRP, took a big hit. XRP dropped to around $1.88 on some exchanges, and in some cases even lower. This aligns with what chart analyst Dom mentioned in a recent post. As panic selling set in, trading volume skyrocketed, hitting a 24-hour volume of approximately $37.5 billion. That's an incredible number before things started to stabilize again. The volume dropped significantly after the panic selling stopped, right? When you hear about fewer transactions on the ledger, it might sound concerning, but it's actually a good sign if the panic selling is over. I just had to call them out on this because it's such a silly point, and the article didn't even mention it. How do you miss something so obvious? Sure, the volume is lower now, but it's not that low. Over the last 24 hours, the volume for XRP was $3.6 billion. That's not bad, especially considering this is what many would call a boring phase in the crypto cycle during a bull market. For most of last year, the 24-hour volume for XRP was around $1 billion, give or take. And here we are, in a quieter period, sitting at $3.6 billion. Not exactly boring from my perspective. Transaction volume has increased significantly compared to most of last year, but there's no need to sensationalize it. The headline makes it sound alarming, but there's nothing to worry about. The drop in volume simply reflects a decrease in panic selling, leading to fewer transactions on the blockchain. That's it. When the market rebounds, activity will pick up again. It's just how the cycle works. No need to overreact. Everything is fine, and there's plenty of potential ahead. If you come across other coins that have been consolidating as long as XRP or NanoXNO, let me know. And as always, this isn't financial advice, just an observation. I'm not sure how this will turn out, but I find it fascinating when something consolidates for so long. It's incredible how it skyrocketed from 8 cents to $36. So taking nearly a decade to consolidate doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Who knows? Maybe the all-time high in early 2018 was the peak. It's possible that was as good as it gets. Or maybe it's just lagging behind something like XRP. Interestingly, it peaked just 2 days before XRP did. The question now is whether this will break out. Maybe it already has. Currently, it's sitting at $1.61, up from just under $1 a few days ago. Time will tell where this goes from here. I found this really fascinating because I've been looking for something like this for a while. I remember a coin called Rayblox back in the day. It was later rebranded as Nano. Funny enough, nobody really knew how to pronounce it. Some called it Ryblox, others Rayblox. Honestly, I'm still not 100% sure the correct way to say it. I've always just called it Rayblox. Maybe rebranding it was a smart move. There's just so much opportunity in this space. That's why, for me, investing is all about building my own little crypto ETF. That's the approach I've taken. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't make any financial decisions based on what I say. Always do your own research.